Hi, I'm Liam McEwan with the Associated Press, and if you are a millennial like me, you will be very excited to know that Miley Cyrus is returning to Disney for the 20th anniversary special of Hannah Montana. We're here on Hollywood Boulevard where they've shut it down for the premiere of the special, and we're going to chat to Miley herself as well as some of the people that made the show happen. Hello, how are we?
Good, how are you? Love your merch.
Thank you. Check out the back of Classic. You know it. Does it feel like, you're finally getting to experience the joy that it brought people from an outsider's point of view, as opposed to being in the machine?
Totally. I never really thought about it that way, but you're right. Getting to be on the outside now, getting to be grown and be a part of it in a way that I couldn't when I was in the middle of it before, and all the chaos and the schedule and the performing of it all. Now it just gets to be a celebration. So it is a new perspective. I love that.
I think if you go back and you watch the episodes, there's enough dated references like old flip phones and stuff that you go, oh no, this was a little while ago. I think that was the golden age of the channel. Like everything, in my mind, I'm biased obviously, but like Hannah, Wizards, Sweet Life, High School Musical, it was the golden age for me, and to be a part of all of that, and the Disney Channel games is actually the perfect example of how iconic all of it was, because you mashed us all together for 3 summers doing those games, and it was like, I think that was peak Disney.
Your role always stood out to me because it was so physical. There was such a physical part of the comedy. How much fun was that for you to be able to use your body and express yourself and make that part of the joke as well?
Yeah, I was a big theater kid growing up, so physical comedy was always something I was really interested in and I thought was really fun. And so when they let me do that from the very beginning on the show, I was ecstatic. It was probably my favorite part of the show. Although 20 years later, I definitely feel the impact of all that physical comedy from 20 years ago. Yeah. The back, the knees, the ankles. It took its toll. I'm really proud of the work. I think the show is better than it has any right to be. But I think the thing that always comes back and humbles me is just how connected people are still to the show 20 years later. People really, it got them through challenging times. They identified with the characters in a way that, I don't know, just they were, I have so many parents that say that this was the show that I watched with my kids and I loved it.
It's like a high school reunion. I'm coming back, reflecting back on the time, to see the fans' reaction. I'm really grateful to celebrate and see the cast and crew as well.
The show is kind of all about protecting Miley Stewart from the Hannah Montana persona, but in real life, you were kind of becoming this teen idol. Did the storyline, the plot line help you in any way in terms of like how you shield yourself?
For sure. Honestly, my goal was to have the best of both worlds. Maybe sometimes the balance was a little bit off because you can't control how the fans are gonna respond to it. But I went to a public school in Lewisville, Texas, graduated there, and once the show hit, I started to get recognized. But since I had been going through public school since I was a kid, I feel like I got to have a normal upbringing, but half the time I did get to do the superstar thing and walk the carpets. But it's, not all that's glitter is gold. And I feel like that's what I love about this show, is that it reminds people that who you are deep down and your connection to your family, like that's what's most important. And when you put on the wig or you do your thing and you celebrate as a star, it's something that you take off at the end of the day, and it's always connection to your heart.
Yeah. And I mean, I remember seeing you on the cover of Teen Beat and J14 and things like that. What does that do to one's head at that ripe age?
It's very surreal. It's hard to believe that there were girls that had pictures of me with my shirt off in their locker and they would have me sign it, and it's hard to not let it go to your head because you have to remember that it's an image that they are seeing. It's not you. And that's what's tricky about being an actor, is when you have a failure or a success, it's not you that's a failure or a success, it's the work that you did.
When you were in school, you were a Hannah Montana impersonator.
I sure was. From 8th grade to 12th grade, 5 years of my life. I would open up the show as Lainey Wilson. I would run behind a tree and put on my Hannah Montana get up. And yeah, I did birthday parties, fairs, festivals, St. Jude, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas, Tennessee. I was hitting the roads.
How does that preparation and watching something like Hannah Montana get you ready for the stardom that you then went on to experience yourself?
It did, because it taught me that, you know, I had this little like portable sound system, and I was like booking these birthday parties myself, and I was like my own booking agent, my own manager, and it showed me that if I wanted it, that I was really gonna have to just like sacrifice a lot to go get it. So after my Hannah Montana journey, I finally hung up the wig and moved to Nashville, and I've been in Nashville now for 15 years, and it just taught me that like the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and you got to go get it for yourself.